What's going on, guys? I'm with Lewis, and I'm back on my Red Sox franchise, this time game number 4 of the ALCS against the Kansas City Royals. We have a 2-1 lead in the series, and of course we're at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City this time, and hopefully looking for another win, getting us a little bit closer to the World Series, which is of course every team's goal at the beginning of the season, and we can basically smell the World Series right now. I'm very excited. Hopefully can get there in the next game, or in the next 2 games I should say. It would be pretty remarkable if we made it in this game, because it's literally impossible. But we get a base hit with Pedroia to lead us off, and then Xander getting a base hit as well. So we got 2 guys on. The first 2 men that have come up to bat in this game have gotten on base. That's always a great sign. Mookie Betts up, 3-2 count. He's going to ground out to shortstop, unfortunately, but thankfully they kind of take it a little slowly. I don't know what Alcides Escobar was doing, and Mookie beats it out at first, giving us a 1st and 3rd for David Ortiz. What can he do? He strikes out. That was a pitch on the inside corner. Didn't think it was a strike. It was a nice pitch, and strike 3. So it's left to Hanley to see if he can do anything to get us on the board. And he inside outs a pitch that was inside, and gets a base hit into right center field. That's going to drive in a run and also move Mookie over to third base. A very nice play there, and definitely needed. You don't want to lose out on those opportunities, and that was big time for Hanley to get a base hit right there. Now here in the second inning, Jackie Bailey Jr. leading off with a hit into the right center field gap. That's going to get down and in for a double. Was thinking 3 for a little bit, but decided to hold it back and stay at second base. Don't want to chance it too much, especially since it's very early in the inning. No need to take many chances. Now, we get a base hit here with Moncada, and speaking of chances, we're sending Bradley home, and honestly, I didn't think this was going to be a close play, and instead, he's out at home. What a throw by Lorenzo Cain. An absolutely tremendous play right there. Great throw, and gunning Bradley, who has great speed, 79 speed. Really can't speak too highly of that. That's pretty good speed, and instead he's thrown out at the plate. But Pedroia driving in Moncada, who had been moved over by like a wild pitch and a productive out that were just kind of boring, so I didn't feel the need to show you guys. But we get another run in, and we get the 2-0 lead, which is very, very nice. Now, Eduardo Rodriguez on the hill in this one. This is the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kendry Morales getting a double for them here. But yeah, Eduardo on the hill. This is the first start of the postseason, and hopefully looking for at least like 5 to 6 innings from him. If he can give us like 5 1/3, 5 2/3, we'd be very happy with that. But he gives up the double, then walks Eric Hosmer, next man up. So they got a couple guys on with 2 down. Salvador Perez up. He's going to rip a single through the left side. That one's going to get in there. Benintendi throwing it in. The cutoff man, I don't know what this cutoff man was, and also I don't know what they're doing here. They're sending the guy from second base all the way home. He's going to score on that one, because I was just dumbfounded by what just happened. The fact that he kept running, I was very surprised. And they take 2 runs on the board there. So definitely kind of a fluky play. Didn't think they really deserved 2 runs there, but hey, it happens, and that's kind of my mistake. It was kind of a weird play. Go back and watch that again if you want a little more in-depth about what the hell happened, because I still don't even know what happened. But we get a double here with Mookie Betts in the 5th inning, giving us a shot to retake the lead. 2 down here for David Ortiz. 1-2 count. This time does not strike out in the clutch spot. He gets a base hit, and Mookie sending him home. Lorenzo Cain, another absolutely tremendous throw, and this time Mookie barely beats it. That would have been insane. 2 outfield assists in 1 game. Thankfully, Mookie gets in there just barely, though. That's pretty crazy. Cain must have a tremendous arm out there and really making a lot of plays. Now here, Bradley getting a base hit here in the 6th inning. Very nice to see him cooking. He's been having a great postseason so far for us. Then Moncada up next, 1 down, of course. He's going to rip one down the right field line. That one's going to get in there, and of course move Bradley over to third base. Not getting thrown out by an outfielder this time, as he slides in safely at third. So 1st and 3rd, a very good chance to make something happen, extend the lead a little bit. And with a lefty on the mound now, we're going to pinch hit Chris Young for Andrew Benintendi. We like to do this a lot. I start Chris Young against lefties when lefties are on the hill, so I think it made sense. Now we do ground out to second base, but thankfully Chris Young with pretty good speed beats it out, kind of similar to the play in the 1st inning with Mookie Betts, and Chris Young beats it out, and we get the run across the board. If that double play is turned, that inning's over, but instead we are okay. Now Mookie Betts here in the 7th inning, same deal, and whack a home run to left field. A very, very nice, majestic shot, if you ask me. That was a really nice home run. Kind of just a hanging pitch right over the middle of the plate. Mookie does not miss those, being as he's one of the best hitters in the MLB, and really making an impact for us there. Now here in the 7th inning, we got Koji Uehara on as a 5-2 lead for us, and just looking to kind of get this ball to Craig Kimbrell, get us with a lead there, and get this W. So, 5-2 lead is a pretty solid lead, although nothing is guaranteed in the playoffs. They get a couple base hits, though, off Koji, and honestly, this is probably the worst outing I've had with Koji in a long, long time. He had a really, really good season, hadn't given up a run until, like, August or something, and was just an amazing player for us. Now, unfortunately, we could not turn that double play. Xander kind of taking that ball a little bit slowly. I don't really like that. he definitely needs to charge that next time, and hopefully he does. They get a base hit here though with Kendrick Morales. That's going to get a run across and also move the guy over to third. I don't know why Mookie came up slow there too. Our team's kind of taking this a little lackadaisical, thinking this one's already in the bag when it is clearly not. Thankfully, we do get a strikeout on Eric Hosmer right there, a huge strikeout with only 1 out. Now there's 2, and Salvador Perez up next, and he's going to ground out to Moncada to end the inning. So thankfully only 1 run across, although definitely a shaky inning for Koji, and I was getting ready to pull him for Carson Smith, who's on right now. And here we go, easy out for Pedroia, you'd think, and nope, he throws it over Hanley's head. Pedroia has had an amazing series at the plate. He's getting a ton of hits, a couple home runs even, but he has been very terrible in the field, if you ask me. I think that's like his second or third error. Kind of rough for him. Then they get a base hit right there. That's why the error kills you, because it sets up a potential for extra base hits, extra things that can happen, and you never really know. They got a couple guys on now. Jared Dyson gonna sack bunt over the guys to second and third, and barely getting him at first. Obviously Dyson with great speed, one of the faster players in the MLB, but thankfully we get him there. 1-2 count. Omar Infante up this time. He's gonna ground out to Xander, who makes a pretty nice play. A little bit of a high throw for Hanley, but a very good catch by Hanley and getting his foot down on the bag, getting the out. And thankfully that's 2 down, but they do get a run across, and then Lorenzo Cain putting a shot into one to center, but Bradley is there using 2 hands for safety and gets the final out of the inning. So we're still up by 1, a couple shaky innings in a row. Hopefully Kimbrough can stop that though. You guys can see the 500 average versus lefties in the playoffs. He's been killer against righties, but against lefties he has not been the best. But we got to go to him in our in the 9th inning. I mean, he's our guy. He's the main man. Won the Reliever of the Year award for a reason, and we get a line out right there. Then Kendrick Morales, who I always say kills me, thankfully does not kill me here. We get him to ground out to first base, and Hanley Ramirez taking care of that one. And then Eric Hosmer up next. So 3 straight lefties he's got to face, even though that 500 average against lefties is pretty daunting. And thankfully Pedroia does not make an error this time, and we get the final out of ALCS game number 4. We take a 3-1 lead, and we can possibly clinch a World Series berth in the next game. Definitely stay tuned for that one. It should be a very interesting one, and would be really, really cool. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below, and of course check out the last game if you missed it right now on screen. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.